What's up, boys? Welcome back to another trading recap. Today, unfortunately, I took a loss. It's my first loss of the month and actually my first trade of the month, so it kind of sucks to start the month off like this, but it is what it is. Losses are a part of the game, and without further ado, let's get into this. So, today's loss it wasn't an issue with psychology. It wasn't anything like that. It was actually a technical issue, and I think I should have been more focused on my technical analysis coming into today. I had a good bias and good reasoning, and I had good draws on liquidity. However, my actual perception of order flow and how the market was moving was incorrect today. So, the very first thing that I saw coming into market open today was that we actually had a ton of liquidity to the downside. We had London lows, Asian lows, all of these low resistance lows through here. We even had previous day lows all the way down here. However, those were kind of an unreasonable objective, so I wasn't really targeting those. I was targeting all of the liquidity that we had in this range right here. But anyways, whenever market opened, I saw that we immediately pushed up on ES and NQ and created an SMT. Nasdaq, boom, pushed up, took out this high right here. ES pushed up, took out London high, and started a reverse. So after seeing that, all I did was I waited for a 5-minute change in order flow on ES. We got that right here on this candle. And then I just needed to see a retrace. So when looking for my retrace, I wanted it to at least hit equilibrium today, considering that Nasdaq still wasn't even bearish on the 5-minute. So watching ES, boom, we had one retrace. However, after we hit equilibrium up here, I scaled down to the 1-minute and went over and checked it and saw that we had not flipped bearish. This candle right here, I was waiting for this candle, this 1-minute candle, to break structure. However, if I zoom in, you can see very clearly, no matter how far I zoom in, it didn't break structure there. It closed right on the line. So I didn't enter, I waited, and boom, price pushed higher and actually ended up inversing this gap on the 5-minute. And this is where I messed up. This gap right here, marked out with this line, this gap got inversed on the 5-minute right here through this candle. And that is where I messed up today. I shouldn't have taken that trade. I shouldn't have pressed sell after seeing us change order flow and continue to be bullish. Considering that Nasdaq wasn't even bearish yet, that was a huge mistake on my part. Technically, I need to do better going into the rest of this month, and I need to be more focused and more on top of those small little things like that. Because they can be very big and very worthwhile in the moment. As you can see today, I entered my trade and got stopped out in like 5 minutes. But anyways, today was an okay loss. It was $600 or like 620. I can't remember. It's in the title. But yeah, a decently small loss, but it's still a loss. Anyways, my targets for today obviously were these lows right here as take profit 1. London lows as take profit 2, and then finally I was going to have Asia lows as my final take profit. Didn't hit that today. And then obviously my stop loss, like usual, was a couple ticks above the 5-minute highs that were created. And boom, we got wrecked. I think the other optimal entry today probably would have been right here if I was going with a bullish bias and putting the stop underneath that low. Just because by this point we could tell, or I would have entered on Nasdaq actually. By this point we can tell that price action is very bullish today, considering Nasdaq had no move down. And this right here, this move down is a retrace into equilibrium, which is exactly what I was looking for. That would have been the optimal entry. That would have obviously played out in my favor. As you can see, we pushed up and swept out all of this liquidity. Probably would have taken final take profit right there. But anyways, yeah, rough day. It is what it is. I'm on I think a 2-day losing streak now, but that's nothing I can't handle, nothing I've not been through before. You know, we all have losing streaks as traders. That's normal, completely just a average part of the game that happens to everybody. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave it down below or reach out to me on Instagram. I can DM you directly on there. I'm open to message y'all. And if I can't get back to you, it is what it is. Maybe eventually I'll be able to, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, today, kind of an L day, is what it is. Next week we'll pick it up. I won't be trading on Friday because we have NFP. So tomorrow is my last day trading this week, and I'm gonna see if I can make some shit shake. But who knows? Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.